inside of the home or volunteering or getting involved in an elective office impacts our future together. And I think that's really something that's important for us to think about. And what I want to do today is to share with you a little bit about my story. And the reason I want to share with you my story is that I want you to understand that what I really think helps in the search for what am I going to do with my life and what am I going to be when I grow up it's really impacted based on the life experience that you have as you're growing up. And if you can find what your passion is, and if you can really look at what are the values that you learned and how did you learn them and who are the people that were important in your lives, it'll be easier for you to figure out where you want to go, whether it's political office or it's being a volunteer on a board or a commission. So I'm going to start with my story by telling you that I'm from a very small mining community in southeastern Arizona, copper mining. My grandparents came to the United States about over 100 years ago and settled in this small little copper mining community. And although I didn't grow up there, I grew up in Southern California, I went back every summer and Christmas and spent a lot of time there. And if you've ever been in a mining community where there's nothing for hundreds of miles around, you realize the power, the corporate power of a mining company, and you also recognize that laborers really have to organize and work together, because otherwise you don't have the protections you need in a very, very difficult industry. And by that I mean the health protections, the safety protections as you're going down. At that time it was underneath the ground into the mine. You don't have the pensions you need, you don't have the health care you need. And so I had an opportunity growing up to really see how important it was that my family belonged to a union, because they were not, there was nothing else out there in the desert of Arizona except for the mine. And if you ever get a chance, get onto Google Earth. I had some kids show me how to do this, and take a look at the Morenci mine, and you'll see how awful copper mining is. One of these days it'll get the attention of Congress and they'll stop doing it because it's absolutely destroying the environment. But I had family working there, and I had family that was drinking the water that was produced by the runoff from the copper mining, and I had a lot invested with my family and every one of your electrical devices uses copper, which is why it's so important. So if you appreciate your cell phone, then you got to appreciate copper miners. In any case, so I grew up